वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। Hare Krishna. So, I was requested to give this class today in English. I think so. Wednesday को जो English speaker थे वो आए नहीं, ऐसा कुछ था, right? So, today's Bhagavad-gita class, which is happening in the evening, we'll be speaking in English. So, we are reading the 11th chapter of Bhagavad-gita. I says verses 41 and 42. So you can recite after me. Sakheti matva prasabhan yaduktvām E Krishna e yadava he sakheti ajananta mahimanam tavedam Maya pramadat pranayena vapi Yachavaha sartham asatkrito asi Yachavaha sartham asatkritosti Vihara shayasana bhojaneshu Ekotavapi achyuta tat samaksham Takshamaye tvam aham aprameyam Sakheti matva prasabham yaduktam E Krishna e yadava e sakheti Ajananta mahimanam tavedam Maya pramadat pranayena vapi Yachavaha sartham asatkritosi Vihara shayasana bhojaneshu Ekotavapi achyuta tat samaksham Takshamaye tvam aham aprameyam Sakheti matva prasabhan yaduktam E Krishna e yadava e sakheti Ajanata mahimanam tavedam Maya pramadat pranayena vapi Yachavaha sartham asatkritosi Vihara shayasana bhojaneshu Ekotavapi achyuta tat samaksham Takshamaye tvam aham aprameyam Sakheti matva prasabham yaduktam viharasayasana bhojaneshu eko tavapi achutat samaksham takshamayham aham aprameyam. Saketi matva prasakam Krishna saketi ajanata mahimanamena pramadat pranayena vapi. eko tavapi achutat samaksham takshamaytedam samaksham ameyam. Mataji's. Okay, word to word meaning. Sakha, friend. Iti, thus. Matva, thinking. Prasabham, presumptuously. Yat, whatever. Uktam, said. He Krishna, O Krishna. He Yadava, O Yadava. He Sakhe, O my dear friend. Iti, thus. Ajanata, without knowing. Mahimanam, glories. Tava, your. Idam, this. Maya, by me. Maya, by me. Pramadat, out of foolishness. Pranayena, out of love. Vapi, either. Yat, whatever. Cha, also. Avahasa artham, for joking. Asatkrita, dishonored. Asi, you have been. Vihara, in relaxation. Shaya, in lie down. Asana, in sitting. Bhojaneshu, or while eating together. Eka, alone. Athava, or. Api, also. Achyuta, O infallible one. Tat samaksham, among companions. Tat, all those. Shamaye, ask forgiveness. Tvam, from you. Aham, I. Aprameyam, immeasurable. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Translation. Thinking of you as my friend, I have rashly addressed you O Krishna, O Yadava, O my friend, not knowing your glories. Please forgive whatever I have done in madness or in love. I have dishonored you many times. Jesting as we relaxed, lay on the same bed, or sat or ate together, sometimes alone and sometimes in front of many friends. O infallible one, please excuse me for all those offenses. Purport. Although Krishna is manifested before Arjuna in his universal form, Arjuna remembers his friendly relationship with Krishna and is therefore asking pardon and requesting Krishna to excuse him for the many informal gestures which arise out of friendship. He is admitting that formally he did not know that Krishna could assume such a universal form, although Krishna explained it as his intimate friend. Arjuna did not know how many times he may have dishonored Krishna by addressing him, O my friend, O Krishna, O Yadava, etc., without acknowledging his opulence. But Krishna is so kind and merciful that in spite of such opulence, he played with Arjuna as a friend. Such is the transcendental loving reciprocation between the devotee and the Lord. The relationship between the living entity and Krishna is fixed eternally. It cannot be forgotten, as we can see from the behavior of Arjuna. Although Arjuna has seen the opulence in the universal form, he cannot forget his friendly relationship with Krishna. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadhamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Uta Padakamalam Shri Gurum Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadavaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakanitam Shram He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhasya Kripa Sindhu Bhaivacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shrivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Mukam karoti vachalam pangum langayate giram yat kripatam ahamande Shri Guru Dinatarinam. Hare Krishna. So we are reading a very interesting section in the Srimad Bhagavad-gita. This is a section which is actually the jam between two bread slices, Generally आपने bread और jam खाया होगा कभी, right? And bread और jam में दो slices होते हैं. There's a upper layer and there's a lower covering, and there's a jam in between, which is the most nectarian one. So this section, that is 7th chapter to the 12th chapter, is all speaks about Bhakti Yoga, or speaks about the most important section or part of Srimad Bhagavad-gita. And especially in this chapter, 11th chapter, is in connection to the 10th one, where Krishna in the 10th chapter mentions many of his opulences. He says, Ekam Sinakshito Jagat. He's like, with my pregnant, I pervade the entire universe or the creation, So Arjuna wanted to know, how is it possible? He is driving the chariot. How can he pervade the entire universe? How can he be the creator of the entire universe? How is it possible? He is though driving a chariot, So in that connection, this chapter begins, where Krishna reveals his universal form to Arjuna. Now this chapter is also divided into 4 parts. The first part is a request which is made by Arjuna to, if he feels appropriate, then kindly reveal the universal form to me. The second part of this chapter speaks about the universal form. So Krishna then reveals him. Krishna gives Divya Chakshu to Arjuna, Arjuna had Prema Chakshu, but Arjuna had to step down from Prema Chakshu to come down to Divya Chakshu to actually see the universal form of the Lord. Because in the Prema Chakshu, Arjuna was able to see the two-handed form of the Lord. Then comes the third part. After seeing the universal form, after seeing the Vishwarupa, Kala Rupa, Arjuna was so fearful, he was so scared that he started offering prayers. So this section that we are referring to right now, precisely verses from 15 to 45, speaks about the prayers of Arjuna after seeing the universal form. And then in the last section would speak about again Arjuna requesting, please come back to your two-handed form. मेरे से नहीं देखा जा रहा है, you please come back to your two-handed form. I've never seen you like this. मैंने कभी देखा नहीं आपको ऐसे. So please come back to the original form. So why does Krishna show Arjuna the universal form in this chapter? See, Arjuna already knew Krishna is the Supreme Lord, right? In the Bhagavad-gita also, previously, like in chapter 4, a couple of other places, Arjuna mentions that I know, my dear Lord, you're the Supreme Person. So why is he requesting Krishna, please reveal your Virat Roop? Why? Prabhupada mentions, because in future, especially the people of Kali Yuga, they will ask for a proof. Proof दिखाइए कि कृष्ण ने जो भी कहा 10th chapter में, जो भी बड़ी बड़ी बातें की, did he practically do it or it was just theory? Was there some practice or it was just theory? Can he really, by the spark of his splendor, can he really create the entire creation? Is it possible? Or it was just, just talking. So Arjuna knew, and that is how we are. We have this mentality. Many times we always ask for a proof. Hai to dikhaiye, please show us. So that is one of the reasons that Arjuna requests that please show your Virat form, please show your universal form. And after seeing the universal form, because he hadn't seen such a roop of his dear friend, just a few verses back, 30th verse, he asks, who are you? He forgets. Yaar, ye kaun hai? I've never seen this. Who are you? He asks. Can you tell me? Can you introduce yourself? And now in this verse, in the last couple of verses in this verse, he's saying that he recollects that I behaved so casually with you. I considered you as one of my sakhas, sakheti, But you are not like that. You are actually a supreme personality of Godhead. You are really great. But I was considering you as a casual friend. He forgot a few verses back in a conversation. He forgets who Krishna is. And then he suddenly remembers again. That's why Prabhupada mentions in the purport that we all have an eternal relationship with the Supreme Lord. And that is fixed. Generally, Mayavadis, they proclaim that you can build your relationship with Krishna. You can become one with Krishna. But Prabhupada destroys that argument over here by saying that we all have an eternal fixed relationship with the Supreme Lord. And that cannot be forgotten because of this incident where Arjuna also again remembers his relationship. So, even though Arjuna had the Divya Chakshu, he was still not able to see the entire form of the Lord. Just imagine, with this material eyes, जहाँ पे हम अंधेरे में भी देख नहीं सकते हैं. If it's pitch dark, we'll not be able to see each other also. But Arjuna had divine vision. In that divine vision also, he was not able to tolerate and see the entire Vishwarup and Kalarup of Krishna. What to speak of our material eyes, And Vishwanath Chakravarti also mentions, it's a very beautiful thing that he mentions. He says that Arjuna, actually, he's mentioning over here, O Krishna, O Yadava, O Sakheti. He's saying, and he's repenting after saying these things. Is it really needed for him to repent? Because these are like normal terms, right? Yadava is the name of Krishna. Calling Krishna is also fine, But why is he repenting? Why is he repenting? Can anybody say why is he repenting? Because Krishna, when he is addressing the Supreme Lord as Krishna, he is considering him as the son of Vasudev. Son of Vasudev. Now Vasudev was who? He was just a minister. He was from a business community, he was a minister. Whereas Arjuna is from a royal family. He's a Panduputra. He's a Kshatriya. So, and Yadus, they never got to rule. They never became very, strongly, they never got a position to rule or head a kingdom. But Pandu dynasty, in which the lineage in which Arjuna comes, Bharata, he's referred to as Bharata. So he was considering, Krishna is just a son of Vasudev. That's one understanding. Yadava, I think he's just from a Yadu dynasty. Pandu dynasty is much more superior to Yadu dynasty. Yadu dynasty never got a strong point to rule. And Sakheti, he was always considering him as a friend. He was thinking, actually, I'm doing little favor to you because I'm considering you as my friend. I'm being kind upon you. I'm showing my mercy upon you. So Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur mentions this, that this was also one of the understandings of Arjuna, wherein he refers to, O Krishna, O Yadava, O Sakheti, and he's repenting. Because this was the mood that Arjuna was carrying. So along with just being a friend, Arjuna also carrying this mood in the back of his mind. The Krishna is just a coward boy. Krishna ko to kya ladne bhi nahi aata hai. His whole life he has just spent in grazing cows. He doesn't know how to fight also. He doesn't know, have even Dhanur Vidya bhi nahi hai, So he's just a friend. So that is how, and that is why he's repenting. Because what happens, generally when you respect somebody, you will call them out of honor, right? Aap bolenge Shri Krishna, Prabhu, or it's mentioned in the Vedic culture also, that wives would never take the first name of, or direct name of the husband. They would always indirectly call out the name of the husband. Similarly, a disciple should also not directly take the name of his spiritual master, or you always give a prefix, His Divine Grace, His Holiness, Prabhupada, the Guru Maharaj. But Arjuna never did that. Arjuna was very casual, he was very casual. And now he realized after seeing the universal form, Arey Baba, what a mistake I have done. What a mistake I have done. I should not have done this. So the point again comes down to that thing that didn't Arjuna knew that Krishna is Supreme Lord? Didn't he knew that? He knew it. Like if you go back to the Mahabharata, before the battle of Kurukshetra, both Duryodhan and Arjuna, they visit Krishna, right? Actually, Balram and Krishna were having a discussion that we feel that इन लोग आने वाले हैं थोड़ा help लेने के लिए. So Krishna was asking, तो क्या करना चाहिए? Balram is like, see, both of them are relatives. दोनों ही हमारे संबंधी है. They both are सगे वाले हैं. और दुर्योधन तो मेरा चेला है. दुर्योधन is my disciple. So मैं इसमें नहीं पढ़ने वाला हूँ. I am going for a तीर्थ यात्रा. मैं जाता हूँ. You handle it. श्री श्री राधा रास बिहारी जी की जय, श्री श्री गौर निताई की जय, श्री सीताराम लक्ष्मण हनुमान की जय, प्रभुपाद की जय. So Balram is saying, I'm not going to fall into this, you handle. So ये कह के Balram leaves for his, तीर्थ यात्रा. And Krishna is left behind. Now Duryodhan was a royal king. He was a royal king. So he came in his big car, chariot, so-called. And Arjuna was a Vanvasi, He came by foot or he came by some public transport, whatever it is. But Duryodhan reached 2 hours prior, a few hours prior to Arjuna. Now when Duryodhana reached Krishna's palace, the guards at the gate, they did not stop Duryodhan. Because they knew that Duryodhan was a big king, काफी famous था, and he knew the Raja था. तो ना ID card, ना gate pass, कुछ भी नहीं. He was led directly inside the chambers of Krishna. Now when Duryodhana entered the chamber of Krishna, he saw that Krishna is taking rest. So he's like, okay, I will not disturb Krishna. So he pulled a chair and he sat next to Krishna. By the head side, he sat next to Krishna. After a couple of hours, Arjuna came. Arjuna also was not stopped by the guards. The guards very well knew that Arjuna, who Arjuna is. And he also directly entered the chambers. He saw Krishna. On seeing Krishna is taking rest, he didn't want to disturb him, but he sat down at the feet of Krishna. And he said, what an opportunity. I'll never get this opportunity. Let me massage the feet of the Lord. So he very softly started massaging Krishna's. So soothingly that Krishna was peaceful in his sleep. He never bothered to even get up. After some time, actually when Arjuna was massaging the feet of Krishna, Duryodhana thought, what a foolish guy. You're a Pandu Putra, you come from a royal family and you're massaging the feet of a coward boy, Krishna. Staying in the forest, iska buddhi abhi nasht ho chuka hai. But mujhe kya karna hai? I don't even consider Arjuna as a king, Duryodhana is thinking. Actually, Duryodhana had no position in front of Arjuna. Arjuna was Devaputra, he was Indraputra. He was much more, and Duryodhana was nothing in front of Arjuna. But this was the understanding of Duryodhana. When Krishna woke up and he opened his eyes and he first saw Arjuna. So he asked, oh Partha, you have come here. What brings you here? So Arjuna immediately starts mentioning that my brother, I've come here on the request of my brother Yudhishthir. And he has requested me to ask you that please be on our side during the battle of Kurukshetra. Now it's inevitable. And while Arjuna was speaking that, Duryodhana is saying, hey, boss, I came here first. 2 घंटे पहले आ गया हूँ मैं. And how can you speak in between? I have the full rights to ask. So Krishna says, Acha, you have also come. So Duryodhana is saying, yes, I'm sitting besides you. Like, I didn't see you, I saw Arjuna first. Like, I cannot sit at your feet, so I was sitting here. Duryodhana is telling. So Krishna is asking, what brings you here? Duryodhana says, yeah, I have also come for a similar purpose. I wanted to request you to be on our side, or basically participate in the battle. So Krishna thinks for some time, and then he says, see, both of you are my relatives, and I'll be in a fix if I fight against any one of you all. So I've decided that I will not fight. But you can take my Yadav Sena, you can take my Ajay Sena, you can take my Narayani Sena, which has never been defeated. My Sena will fight. If on one side the Sena is there, on the opposite side I'll be there. But I will not pick up a weapon. मैं युद्ध में नहीं लड़ूंगा. So this is my decision. And considering Arjuna I saw first, and he's also junior, so let's give him a chance to first choose what he wants. Duryodhana is saying, after hearing this, Duryodhana says, अरे अगर अर्जुना सेना मांग लेगा तो फिर मेरे पास क्या बचा रहेगा? I don't need you any which ways. You are any which ways useless. You're not going to fight. And who's going to maintain you? You'll be there. मुझे तुम्हें maintain करना पड़ेगा. वैसे भी तुम्हें लड़ना आता नहीं है. तुमने पूरा जिंदगी गैया को ही चराया है. तो I anyway don't want you. So Krishna is telling Duryodhana, see, whatever it is, let Arjuna decide. He is younger and I saw him first, so let him decide. Duryodhana was very disappointed. He's like, अरे यार, अभी मेरे पास कुछ है ही नहीं, मुझे खाली हाथ जाना पड़ेगा. Because Krishna तो I don't want, he's not going to fight. And Sena तो अर्जुन ले लेगा. तो बचा कुछ नहीं. So when Arjuna's chance came, Arjuna folded his hands towards Krishna and he folded his hand towards Duryodhana, and he said that, my dear Lord, I have very firmly decided that I want you to be with us. Krishna is saying, are you all right? I'm not going to fight. I said that army will fight and I'm not going to fight. Arjuna is saying, no, you are our worshipable Lord. I don't want you also to fight. Okay, you just be with us. You just give your merciful glance. You just give us your blessings. That is enough, my dear Lord. Duryodhana is thinking, वन में लेके इसका बुद्धि भ्रष्ट हो गया है, ठीक है? He knows that Arjuna is not going to fight. Krishna is not going to fight. Why is he asking for him? But as soon as he heard that Arjuna selected Krishna, Duryodhana is telling Krishna, okay, my dear Lord, my dear Krishna, अब मेरे पास there is no option left, so I will take the Sena. And he said, thank you very much, I am very happy, and he leaves. After Duryodhana leaves, Krishna then picks up Arjuna and he tells him, Arjuna, how could you have made such a mistake, that you chose me and not my army? Arjuna again says the same thing, my dear Lord, you are our worshipable personality. We don't want you to fight. We just want your blessings and we just want your guidance. And I can never imagine fighting with your army without you. I can never imagine that. So it's better that I have you and I lose your army. And what to speak about men? We will get many men to fight for us. So it's okay. Let your army go. So Krishna is asking Arjuna, but मैं करूँगा क्या? What will I do in the battle? Arjuna is saying, you can do anything that you wish, Lord. You can stand on one corner, you can view the entire thing, you can be a darshanarthi, you can come and view everything. You can do anything that you wish to do. So Krishna is saying, I heard that you have a big chariot, but you don't have an appropriate driver. I have a license, मेरे पास license है. If you allow me, I can drive for you. So Arjuna is saying, yeah, that is a good proposal. So why don't you become my driver? And then Krishna says, yeah, let me be your sarthi. So Arjuna is a rathi and Krishna is a sarthi. And that's how he becomes Partha Sarthi. Like we have a temple in Delhi, which is called as Radha Partha Sarthi. And that's how Krishna became the driver or the charioteer of Arjuna. So Arjuna very well knew who Krishna is. It was not an unknown thing. He knew that he is a Supreme Lord. And he knew that because he is a Supreme Lord, wherever Krishna is, there will be my victory. So it's not something that is unknown to Arjuna that he did not know that Krishna is Supreme Lord. But he was requesting him to show the universal form for the people of Kali Yuga, where they will not believe. हर एक चीज़ के लिए डेमो मांगेंगे, बताइए थोड़ा, दिखाइए, प्रूफ दिखाइए. सो कल उठ के अगर आपको कोई कहे कि मैं भगवान हूँ या भगवान का नया अवतार हूँ, तो उनको बोले बस कुछ मत कीजिए, एटलीस्ट कृष्ण की तरह कुछ तो दिखाइए, शो समथिंग. If not anything, at least pick up a stone and hold it in the left hand for few minutes. What to speak about 7 days and 7 nights? For few minutes. So Krishna showed his, miraculous pastimes. But along with that, he also spoke about it and he also showed the pastimes. It is not just that he just spoke about it. So here Arjuna is saying that, after seeing your universal form, I have ill-treated you so much, in my agnanta, in not knowingly, without knowing, I have ill-treated you. But I have not paid attention to your greatness, mahimanam. I have not paid attention to your greatness. Sometimes in person and sometimes in public, I have also dishonored you. Krishna and Arjun used to sleep sometimes on the same bed. और कभी-कभार हमारे पास double bed होता है. और डबल बेड में कुछ लोग ऐसे फैल के सो जाते हैं. So when Krishna would, spread his arms and legs and sleep, Arjuna would come and say, Hare, you don't know how to sleep? Please take your corner. Where will I sleep? Sometimes they used to eat together. यहाँ पे लिखा है, Bhojaneshu. They used to eat together and eat in the same plate. Krishna would eat everything. And Arjuna would say, Hare, this is for me. How can you eat? So I behaved very casually with you, my dear Lord. Out of ignorance, I behave very casually with you. So I was hearing His Holiness Bhakti Ashray Vaibhav Swami Maharaj. He was speaking on a similar pastime, and he mentions a story about Mahatma Gandhi, where what happens when somebody gets to know what is the reality of the person. So it's an actual story. So Mahatma Gandhi was a very famous person, right? We all know Mahatma Gandhi. And back then also he was quite famous, Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi. He had taken a vow of tolerance, ahimsa, कि मैं कभी भी revolt नहीं करूँगा. Britishers would come and attack him, beat him up in public. And his supporters would see that. But still, he would request them that please don't, retaliate. Please don't go against them. I have taken a vow and I will tolerate all the atrocities that they are doing unto me, but I will not revolt. So that is how they looked up to Mahatma Gandhi. They were adoring him for such tolerance and so much of pain that he took. Then later on, after some time, this Jallianwala Bagh incident happened. And that instigated and fired up the youth even more to support Gandhi towards his movement. So after this incident, Mahatma Gandhi was supposed to address a big chunk of the nation in Chhapra. Chhapra is a place in Bihar. Anybody from Bihar? So this meeting was supposed to happen in Chhapra, and very close associates of Gandhi. उस टाइम पे मीडिया बहुत कम हुआ करता था, तो एक आध दो न्यूज़पेपर, एक फोटोग्राफर. So not many people had seen how Gandhi looks also. They had heard about Gandhi, but they had not seen him. So his close ministers asked, Bapu, how would you come to Chhapra? He said, there is a train from Delhi to Chhapra, I will take that. I'll book my own ticket. He was very humble, simple person. I'll book my own ticket. I'll come by myself. So he's like, okay. So Mahatma Gandhi went to the ticket counter. He got a third class reservation ticket. पहले के ज़माने में थर्ड क्लास होता था. थर्ड क्लास जो अभी जनरल डब्बा बन जाता है, मालूम है, जिसमें लकड़ी की सीट्स होती है. और उसमें पहले रिजर्वेशन भी हुआ करता था. There used to be reservation system. So there is first class, second class and a third class compartment. So he took a third class reservation ticket, and when that journey date came, he went to the train station, boarded the train, sat on his reservation ticket, reserve seat. It was a window seat. He opened a book, started reading. Very soon, because he was going to address, everybody knew, the whole nation knew, it was in the newspaper, that Mahatma Gandhi is going to address, but there was no photo. So everybody was boarding their train to Chhapra. It was so overcrowded that people were sitting on the roofs also, And very soon, even in the third class, pura jam pack ho gaya tha. So if you travel in trains, there are always some people who are WTs. WT समझते हैं? Without ticket वाले, जो टिकट लिए बिना आते हैं. अभी भी कुछ लोग हैं जो विदाउट टिकट ट्रैवल करते हैं. और उस टाइम पे तो मोर प्रेवलेंट था, बिकॉज द होल ट्रेन वॉज पैक्ड. टीसी ने पहले ही डिसाइड कर लिया था कि दिस ट्रेन इज ओनली गोइंग फॉर गांधी टू एड्रेस पीपल इन छपरा. There were youngsters who had come without ticket. When they saw an old man sitting on the window seat, they said, "Hare, why are you sitting over here? Get up, give us the seat." So Gandhi showed his ticket, See, I have a reservation ticket. I have a valid ticket. Like, which world are you living in, boss? Get up. Then they threw him out. Gandhi said, okay. And he moved to the next seat, and he gave him that seat that he was sitting on. Then as the train started, these guys, after some time, they started chewing tobacco. And after chewing tobacco, instead of spitting out of the train, they would spit in the compartment, in the train. So Gandhi got a little bit disturbed. He said, see, you took my seat. You had a window to spit out. But why are you spitting here? So they got even more angry. They started abusing him, almost to the extent to start beating him. They were about to beat him. They didn't beat him, but they were about to beat him. So Gandhi thought कि इन लोग के साथ बात करके मतलब नहीं है. He just tore a page from his book. He wiped up the spit and he threw it out. They were like, "Hare, looks like a Mahatma," But they said it in a very casual, joking way, not in a serious way. After some time, they again did the same incident. Again they spit. Again Gandhi tore off a page, wiped the spit and he threw it out. in the course of the journey, they did it 7 to 8 times. Gandhi every time did the same activity. Then eventually, because it was a British era train, the trains would reach on time. Nowadays, it's a dream for a train to reach on time, We just traveled to Mayapur. Trains were 6 hours, 8 hours late. But so train reached on time. 5 o'clock was the speech. 5 o'clock he was supposed to address everybody in Chhapra. 4 o'clock the train was supposed to reach. So train reached at 4 o'clock. Gandhi thought, बहुत crowd hai, let everybody deboard and then I will peacefully get down. So everybody started getting down. Now, there were some close ministers who had come to receive Gandhi. जैसे हम कभी कहीं पर ट्रैवल करते हैं तो हम हमारा टिकट पहले ही भेज देते, भैया मैं आ रहा हूँ, मुझे लेने आ जाना. अगर लेने नहीं आते तो हम और नाराज हो जाते हैं. वी मेक श्योर दैट कुछ और शेयर करे या ना करे, आइटनरी शेयर करे या नहीं, टिकट पहले शेयर कर देते ताकि पिकअप पर्सन टाइम पे आ जाए. बट गांधी हैड नेवर शेयर्ड. देयर वाज नो कम्युनिकेशन, देयर वाज नो फोन, नो प्रॉपर फैसिलिटीज. सो ही नेवर शेयर्ड कौन सी बोगी में आ रहा हूँ, कौन सा मेरा सीट नंबर है, कुछ नहीं बताया था. बट सम पीपल हैड कम टू रिसीव हिम विद गार्लैंड, विद कैमरा, विद माइक, प्रेस. एंड when the train reached Chhapra, they were running from one bogie to another bogie, finding where is Mahatma sitting. And these youngsters who got down from the coach of Gandhi, they also saw that some ministers have come, and they got to know. They asked, "Kya hua?" He like, Mahatma Gandhi is also traveling on the same train. Like, is it? We want to see him. We'll see him here only. So they also started running from one coach to another coach. Now Gandhi is seeing crowd जा नहीं रहा है, मैं wait कर रहा हूँ crowd को जाने के लिए. After some time, he decided that okay, चलो I'll get down. वैसे भी I'm the last person. It's the last stop. So he decided to deboard the train. As soon as he was getting down from the train, those people who had come to receive him, one or two of them, they knew him. They had seen him. So he said, "Hey, Bapu is there." So they ran to the coach, and these youngsters also ran behind him. And when they came in front of Mahatma Gandhi, they realized, "Oh my God, this old man is Mahatma Gandhi. Oh my God, what an ill treatment we have done to him. पूरा journey हमने इनके साथ कैसा बदतमीजी किया, अच्छे से सलूक नहीं किया, and my God." So this was the situation of Arjuna when he saw the Vishwaroop of Krishna. यार मैं इसके साथ खेलता था, इसके साथ मैं खाना खाता था, इसके साथ मैं सो जाता था, ये इतना बड़ा है, my God. Just imagine if such a big person slaps you, आपका चटनी बन जाएगा, So he was thinking that, yaar, what a mistake I have done. What a mistake I have done. So those people were asking Mahatma Gandhi, how was your journey? And Mahatma Gandhi also saw those youngsters around, So he said, it was good, not bad. It was a little crowded, but it was good. And these youngsters had their eyes out, popping. What is he going to say next? But he never complained about them. And that was the incident where they were sold to Mahatma Gandhi. Sold. So rather than speaking a lot, we should actually portray or show by our own actions. That's why it's called, we call Prabhupada Acharya. Why? It's by Achar, it's by his behavior, it's by his dealings that he made people realize that how he was a pure devotee and he had come to give the pure message of the Supreme Lord. Many times, we like to get a mic in front of us and start speaking. इतना बोलेंगे कि time भी overbound हो जाएगा. That's why it's mentioned over here now, 8 a.m. to 9:10 a.m. That's the limit that you have to speak. The Lord also says in the 7th chapter, "Tat shrunu, hear and follow." मैं बोल रहा हूँ, उसको सुनो. आपके बोलने से ज़्यादा कुछ फर्क नहीं पड़ने वाला है. So this is actually a real story of Mahatma Gandhi, where how he behaved and how when they came to know that, oh, such a great person, we gave him such an ill treatment. Similar, Arjuna also felt like this when he came to know about Krishna, who is the Supreme Lord. So hence then he subsequently prays, in the next verse he says, "You are the Father, you are the Guru." He says all these things. So he offers prayers and he says that, okay, please come back to your two-handed form because I cannot tolerate you. ऐसे मैं देख नहीं पा रहा हूँ ऐसे आपको. कभी मैंने देखा ही नहीं है ना. I have never seen you like this. So it's very difficult for me to digest. But now I believe that you're the Supreme Lord. And I'm sure the people of Kali Yuga will also believe that you are the Supreme Personality of Godhead. They will not behave like Duryodhan when he had gone to be a Shanti Dut. Krishna showed the Vishwarup to Duryodhan also, but Duryodhan was so foolish. He said, ये तो सिर्फ माया भी शक्ति है कृष्ण की, इसको गिरफ्तार कर लो, kidnap his, इसको कैदी बना लो. That was the foolishness of Duryodhan. So if we still don't accept Krishna as a supreme personality of Godhead, then we are just Duryodhan mentality. So let's be Arjuna and let's accept him. Okay? Hare Krishna. Any questions? If you wish to ask me on this topic. Any comments? I need some fan now. No questions? ठीक है. तो you all promise और you all promise नहीं, पर अभी आप यकीन करते हो कि कृष्ण है स्वयं भगवान? Now you can speak. आप बोल सकते हैं अभी. So you all believe कृष्ण है स्वयं भगवान? Yes or no? Yes. Bhaga means opulences and Van means the one who possesses those opulences. So Krishna has 6 opulences in full. Wealth, beauty, fame, knowledge, renunciation and strength. So anybody who is a supreme personality of Godhead has these 6 opulences in full. And Krishna is Swayam Bhagwan. He displays that. That's why Vyasdev, who is a compiler of the Vedas, after listing down all the incarnations, he says, Ete Chamsha Kala Pumsha Krishnastu Bhagwan Swayam. Okay, and even in the Bhagavad-gita, when Krishna is speaking, he says Shri Bhagwan Uvacha. He doesn't say Krishna Uvacha. Because he doesn't want us to have any doubt that anybody else is the Supreme Lord. It's Swayam Bhagwan, Krishna is Supreme Lord. So let's not have this mind filled with a lot of doubts. This Granth, Srimad Bhagavad-gita is there to clear everything. And ISKCON temples are there to even give a facility for us to take this advantage. Thank you very much. Jagat Guru Shri Prabhupada ki jai. Nitai Gaur Hari Pramanande Hari Hari Bol. SriSriRadhaRasbihari Bhagwan ki jai. Shri Gaur Nitai ki jai. Shri Sitaram Lakshman Hanuman ki jai. Shri Prabhupada ki jai. Nitai Gaur Hari Pramanande Hari Hari Bol.